Good morning, everybody. Dave in Kentucky here for a makeup shave, basically. This was a video that I had done, excuse me, several days ago when I got some products in, and using a new camera, there was zero sound on that one. And I needed to make this up because I had ordered this when I saw it restocked on Ethos Grooming Essentials website. Great scent, by the way. We'll do a video with that eventually. Anyhow, I had ordered that, and many had been waiting for Frank to restock, and he did just restock a bunch of stuff. A lot sold out already, but there's still some things up there that were new, and there are still some other releases that are kind of coming later than he intended. They would have been earlier, perhaps spring, for summer, as you'll see when you see the scent, but this is one I'll use year round. Anyway, he included, actually, surprised me with this in the package and sent it to me as well. It's not available yet. It is going to be available at his vendors, 4.5 ounce size of the soap on his website by pre-order, just a limited amount of 7.5 ounce size. And from what I've seen on the forums, speaking with Frank, he's not going to be restocking this immediately this year, no more. But he promises in the spring to do another run of this, because watermelon mint, you would think, oh, that's going to have to be in the summertime, right? No, I'd use this year round. Anyway, we'll get into the scent and everything on that in a moment. So just keep that in mind, that you're going to be able to pre-order that this coming week. If he's not already got it up on his website, 4.5 ounce sizes are going to be heading out to his vendors. Already loaded some on the brush. We're using the Semogue Galahad, whatever, GC number, I don't know, and it's a Boar. Let me wet the face here. This is in his F base, which I think he just tweaked again recently, added another product, didn't really change it per se, but didn't change the formula per se. No, we ain't gonna lose that. Let's grab that soap. But simply added something to the formula to improve it. But I'm already in love with the F-base even before he did that, and he's had some other products come out with that new F-base, and people are raving about it. But first we'll say, let's talk about the scent. This is an infusion he did with watermelon for it and the mint. And when I first got it in, I was smelling, I was like, what does that remind me of? And I couldn't think of it. And it was a green fresh, because it has a spearmint, lemongrass, and cucumber in it. And the mint really comes across strongly. Well, it did in this as well, but this is my third shave with it. And in the soap, I'm picking the watermelon up much more. The mint is stronger there, but when you get to the splash, the watermelon really comes to the fore, along with the mint. So we're using the Alpha Claymore. I gotten this on a trade, and I think there's a Feather Pro in it. So let's go ahead and get started. Frank has done quite a few, beginning with the Bay Rum. That he does an infusion to make this scent, so it's all natural. And this one is just really nice. I mean, you don't expect watermelon to be a really strong scent, at least for me, even when I'm smelling watermelon. there's a lightness to the actual watermelon scent. So you combine that with the mint. And the watermelon's there, but it's not the strongest player in it. But you know it is there. And like I said, in the splash, it really, it's even more noticeable. You know how you smell something and it can kind of play with your mind. You're remembering something. It had me thinking of the green fresh, but then when I held them together, you could distinguish between the two easily. So that tells you it's more than just the mint scent. You're picking up the actual watermelon versus the cucumber and lemongrass of green fresh. So Frank's got a lot of stuff that, like I said, he restocked. People have been waiting for. Really, the problem is supply chain issues, trying to get the 4.5 ounce jars, which he has coming in. I think you'll then see a lot more restocking from Frank, as well as new stuff. The guy is always, his mind, I don't know if his mind ever shuts off or he sleeps, but always coming up with new ideas and things. So I should hint on two, not hint on, but finish a thought I started. Honestly, I was so frustrated by the camera situation that I'm having trouble getting my thoughts together. I just hope that this thing turns out. That's why I went back to the tablet. I wanted a sure thing to make sure this video gets out. But like I said, I have this before anybody else, and it's just, I appreciated the kindness of Frank. Very generous individual anyway. But he mentioned that he included this to surprise me, and just asked me to give my thoughts on the scent, etc. And he said it's something he's going to do in the future, going forward. People that had been supportive of his venture into producing these products, been with him for the long haul. Ones he considers friends. He's a very communicative individual. Likes calling people and getting feedback, bouncing ideas off their head. He's always trying to innovate and improve. This stuff is a little more pricey than your mainstream artisan soaps. Some are. I found value in Frank's. My skin notices a difference, so. Early on, I still have a ton of soaps. I wasn't willing to forego other soaps because I wanted other scents and things, but Frank's got such a growing collection now. I think I must have like 12 of his now, so it's getting to a point where I may end up just using Ethos. There's one I've been wanting for a long time. No longer made. Company went out of business, and no one that I'm willing to, I think there's only one individual that may make the scent. I don't know, because I don't go to their site. I wouldn't purchase from them. But Frank is working on producing that scent, and so I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But he's doing an infusion again, so it'll be all natural, and I have no doubt he's going to hit it out of the park like he always does. The cooling effect is there. It's not overdone, but you can enjoy it. I mean, when I say not overdone, it's not terror or menthol bomb soaps you can think of, like Cryogen and stuff like that. It's not like that, but you definitely feel it and can appreciate it, especially in the summer months, warmer weather. But again, it's not so strong. You're not going to want to use it year-round anyway. I just caught myself there. Old man, fat skin flaps. You know, the picture quality was better with it was an Acaso, kind of a GoPro knockoff camera. The picture quality was really good. But the sound, I'm going to use it again because without the external microphone, the sound was there. It was just lower, and I knew I was going to hear it from people. And so I thought, well, I'll ditch this, and we'll get the external microphone. And yeah, that was a joke. Seems like I had that same situation before. Trying to add an external microphone to the tablet, and it made it worse. And someone commented, well, you said you had it clipped on something that's supposed to be clipped here. Well, if it's here, it's under my chin. My voice is projected out here. I literally had it less than a foot away, clipped right here. And if it was going to pick anything up, it would have picked it up. And the microphone I picked up was the same make as the camera. It said it was for that camera. Let me get a rinse. I'll say whatever Frank added to this F-base has made it so much slicker. It's to rinse off, you feel how slick it is. Anyway, after the frustrations I was having with the microphone, I know I bounced back and forth from subject, sorry. Went back and was looking at some reviews, and they're buried on Amazon, but there were a bunch of people saying this thing didn't work with my camera, it's false advertisement, I got zero audio, and so they were having the same problems I was having. I didn't say a lot about the Razor, but to me, this thing is not as maneuverable, obviously, as my Vector, and it is heavy. It's a monster in the stainless steel. But it gives a great shave. So smooth and comfortable that I'll overshave at times and then end up with weepers or whatever just because of overshaving. Now, mind you, by the time I sit with my coffee and post my shave or whatever, within 30 minutes, everything's gone, dried up, gone, and didn't even know you had weepers. But it can happen because it's so smooth and comfortable. I consider it kind of the Rockwell 6S of the SE world. It's just a great, comfortable shave, efficient, gets the job done. So much so that you could, if you're not mindful, not careful, could affect you. Yeah, there's that one I caught down there I expected. Let me hit that with just a little bit of something. All right, and the splash. It's got a light pink color to it. It's probably not getting picked up in the camera. And of course, Frank's splashes are where it's at for me. I love the feel of them. I love the way my face feels afterwards. It's not oily or anything. And that burst of watermelon, I'm telling you. Everybody's nose is different. I picked the watermelon up slightly in the soap. It's definitely there, but in the splash, as soon as you put it on, actually before you even put it on, as you come into your face with it, you just feel that burst of watermelon and the freshness of the mint as well there. So this one hit it out of the park, Frank. Like I said, it's going to be available for pre-order on his site for the 7.5 ounce size, and the 4.5 ounces that he had, which were limited, are going to go to his vendors. I think there's at least 7 vendors, and so limited amount going to them. So they will be available once they're out to the vendors. His pre-orders will be filled, and I hope you can get some. Again, not making any more this year, he said, but he promises that in the spring of 24 he will be coming out with more of it. So anyway, looking forward to using the honeysuckle. And I'll tell you, well, I'm not going to get into the scent on the honeysuckle. I'll discuss that and compare it to others that I've had when I do the video in about a week or whatever. So this one's a little early, trying to sneak it in so that we can get a little information out about the scent before the pre-order and before the release at the vendors. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Sorry the picture quality is not as good with the tablet, but I'm hoping that the sound will be there at least for this. And Dave in Kentucky, be kind, be safe out there, and we'll see you on the pages.